Last time on Curse of Groban Revengeance, the party was separated for a time. They were, some of them, dealing with the Amber Temple and removing the treasures from within, while across Barovia, almost completely to the other side, though in this case to the north, Inigo and Dorje were invited back to Castle Ravenloft by yours truly for a wonderful meal and an explanation of how things were going to move forward. It was there that Inigo was reunited with his dear mother, and it was explained to them my true machinations to return Barovia to the world without, and make it so that us, walkers of the night, could once more show our faces within the light of the sun and have nothing to fear. They decided to spend the night. Dorje explored my castle. Why, I have no idea. But she thought that I would know, and I did. No. Eventually, morning came, and she was granted both the Sun Sword and the Skull of Argynvost, so that she might gain the favor of her former companions once more and be my excellently placed spy. She returned back to Kresk a day before the others, and then, as they all reappeared after Apollo cast word of recall, within the Abbey of St. Markovia, it was there. They were reunited. So, shortly after that, and some questions between each other, and Dorje learning that her father is still alive, she got the zoomies and jumped out the window and sped off back down towards the town of Kresk proper. And I believe all of you gave chase. So...
yeah, walked outside and took off.
Yeah, right, you went out to fly. And I think that Elena...
I think she hopped out the window too.
Yeah, Elena and Ziva both hopped out the window and ran after.
She did? Ziva did?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me move this over to... where is...
And Samaya is headed straight to her father's house.
Yes. The Kresk map. There we go. Alrighty.
Newdon is still outside.
Oh yeah, Neo's up here. Yeah, vampires are still out there.
And she's
right.
polymorphed and just cutting across to Home Sweet Home.
Okay. So I'm assuming you're polymorphing into some sort of quick flying bird?
Yep. Believe a falcon, I think? I'm not sure. I just know it was a fast bird. And not a raven because those are getting shot.
Okay. So, as you all respectively take off after her, and Ziva and Elena pretty fast on foot.
Falcon.
Peregrine Falcon, yeah.
Flies up to 386. It's only when it's diving.
Yeah. Falcons are just parrots that are glass cannon builds.
That's kind of a funny thing because most birds of prey are, not most, but a good number of birds of prey are related or more closely related to parrots.
So parrots are like birds of prey that decided to retire and just stop here.
Yep.
Yeah, and they thought it'd be fun to mock humans by learning how to speak like them.
And I mean, it
Corvids
worked.
just decided to keep the human speech and then learn tools because they'll become the next monkeys. One day,
Works, but sure.
no. I promised you, one day Kenkus will take over the earth. They will be the dominant species.
One day.
Yes, I mean, you can fly pretty fast. I think there's I think it's a hawk stat block or a falcon stat block or what have you. No, it's probably hawk because I don't think they. But whatever. You start flying, and I mean, technically the Abbey's already at a height. So I mean, if you were specifically a peregrine falcon, you could dive pretty fucking fast back down towards your house.
Yeah.
And I mean, while Elena and Ziva are quick, I think Elena has a climbing speed. Ziva might not.
Eva has a climbing.
Yeah, she does.
You do? Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's a switchback trail. And I mean, like, it's on the not quite sheer. It's definitely not a sheer cliff face, but yeah. And then, I mean, Apollo's probably the only one that might be able to keep up
I only
with
have
the
30
flying.
feet of.
Oh, I thought you had 60.
As a falcon, I got 60.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I don't think them on the ground wouldn't be able to keep up with you flying, I don't think.
Yeah, Ziva's the only one who has even a shot at that because her speed is 65.
So maybe, but I think like the problem is that like you have no obstacles. You're just a straight shot. They have to
that's
either take the switchback as normal or go down the terrain that is the side of a mountain plus run through the trees and past buildings.
that's what I mean. Like Ziva's the only one who has some sort of a shot at catching up, and even for her, no matter how fast she is, like you're saying, she has more obstacles. One of us is airborne.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I gotta add, because I asked Bean about this, Elena would have yelled after she jumped out the window for Kai to stay behind and watch the items, to which Kai would have said, fine, but I'm still not talking to her, which I think I had said that at the end of the last
Yeah, you did.
But yeah, so you managed to zip on over there relatively quickly. And you arrive. Are you stopping in front of the house, coming around the back, or just like shoot down the chimney?
I was actually going to say I'd be shooting down the chimney, but first, like, just this little tiny bit of reason that's left over, despite the very low wisdom save and nat 1 deception. One little bit of reason. Is there smoke coming out from the chimney?
Currently, I would say no.
Great, I am diving.
All of them have the smoke. Well, not all of them, but most of them. But yeah, that one does.
Great, then I will dive through the chimney, come out into the lounge area, and look for my father.
Okay, so you like shoot down and then like swoop in,
Oh,
snowing up at the last minute, and you like kind of hit into a coffee table and a couple of like items on top of it, fumble a little bit. You don't take like any damage really per se, and then you're just kind of like standing there in bird form on top of the table. You look around, although I think they have like pretty good vision in terms of where you don't actually have to look around, but you get a view of the room. You don't immediately see anyone, but you do hear some. Immediately after your crash, there's some clattering in the kitchen, and you would watch as, albeit older, the man that you recognize to be your father come around and just go, "How did you get in here? Oh, you're all covered in soot." And he kind of walks up over to the bird and just kind of like looks at you and very gently like kind of goes to reach to see if like the wings are broken. Like if you don't move, he just kind of like pokes at the wings and okay. I don't think anything's broken.
Yeah, you know how like when a bird hits a window kind of thing and they're just sort of dazed, beak slightly open, just sort of staring at you. That's sort of the expression that she has, except there are tears in her eyes.
Would he notice tears? Let's see. Where did I put the thing? Where is it? Where is it?
Where is it, sheet?
Just give me a second. I don't know why I can't find this thing. What are they called again? They're not the Varger, they're the other ones. They're the
Beowulf.
No, I know that they're Beowulf, but the sheet doesn't say Beowulf. Vorith, there you go, that's what it is. They've got
Hello.
Nope. Okay, they've got a pretty decent passive perception. Alright.
We need monsters.
No, I'm okay.
We're in the middle of the session.
Oh, I do not know. I am out then.
Alright. Hi, bye.
And then we went to the RPG boy. Yeah, I'd say that he kind of like comes over a little bit closer. Goes, oh, that's strange. I've never seen a bird cry before. And he takes like a little like dish towel of sorts and just gently kind of dabs at each of the eyes, and then he just very gently scoops you up and walks over towards the window and like holding you in one hand unlatches the window and slowly pulls the sash up
She'll
and
hop out of.
gently places you on the windowsill.
Yeah, she'll, like, the moment he places her on the windowsill, she'll hop, turn around and face him, hop to the ground, and then drop it so that it's her.
He kind of like takes a jump back at first, and like seems to go to reach for a weapon, but then he gets a good look at you, and very similarly to how your bird form was just kind of standing there with like its beak open, he goes a little slack-jawed and just kind of looks at you without speaking. And takes his hand away, like from reaching for his weapon. Oh, you've run? Sure you have questions?
It's really you. This isn't some some bullshit way to mess with my head. It's actually you. Not the spy master, not Strad, you.
I've always been. Not anyone else. He like kind of like slumps his shoulders. He looks like a little, I guess, dejected, and he's like, I know that you've been through quite a lot since you thought I died. And I know that this might just sound like an excuse to you, but at the time, it's what I thought would be best, what would keep you safe.
But it's really you. I've been living a lie for 10 years, and just once I need something to be true.
It is really me. I'm not quite sure how to prove that to you.
She just sort of gives him a hug, still crying.
He'll hug you back and just kind of like keep one hand on top of your just kind of like slowly patting it. I'm sorry that things went the way that they did. I take it you didn't stick around with Clarence?
He's never taken too much of a liking to me. No.
I told him before I disappeared to take care of you, to watch after you, but since I've returned here, it seems he was not able to keep that promise.
It's not entirely his fault. I did assault him and then leave.
You assaulted him?
She's looks a little bit dejected / embarrassed. He said he was going to take me on the right path. What else was I supposed to do?
I don't blame you. He's always been a pain. But here you are, you're alive. It seems like, despite my decision, things at least turned out how I hoped they would. And I'd say that, about this point, most of you would be getting to the house.
Yeah, Ziva just sort of crashes into bushes somewhere.
Paul's going as fast as he can, which is only 60 feet around.
coming right up to the window. Would Ziva be able to see this interaction?
I'd say that he opened the one window to go to put the bird out. So sure.
She will come.
Standing there in the living room.
She will come skidding to a stop. And I know I have disadvantage on this, but might as well. Now you roll well.
Is that for
Yeah.
to see if it's a good idea? Okay.
Yeah, just sort of like, what the hell's going on? Is he in danger? No? Okay, what's going on? Oh. And she'll wave the others down.
I don't know if Elena will listen to that.
That's the problem. I wish fucking Bean was here. I don't know what Elena would be doing in this situation. What did he say? Cell service in his area suffers the same problem as well. Servers every time an expansion drops.
Well, damn.
That is unfortunate.
But alright. I'll just say that for the time being, she stops and holds outside, but watches
Shotgun cock.
shotgun cocked very, very carefully to see how this all transpires. But Dorje, your father he would eventually just kind of sort of release you from the hug, and right, well, I heard some things about what's been going on with you, some from your friends, although I know that might be a little bit of a rough word right now, and some from Clarence. And as I said before, I imagine there's much you wish to ask me, so where you'd like to start, you can ask me first, or I would like to hear what's been going on with you.
She'll nod and basically give him a rundown of what had happened previously.
Last time!
So, like, not a full rundown, but just, we went to the home of the Silver Dragon, I think it was, and there was a sword there. Yeah, I don't remember properly off the top of my head. I should have been watching the VODs a bit more, but yeah, basically explains what she thought was, how that went down, what she thought Inigo's thinking was, and then what she realized while in Strahd's presence, and her finagling her way back here. and realizing, like, what she's gonna have to do to earn their trust and then maintain Strahd's so that he doesn't come looking for her.
Well, he would, quietly listen to all this, and then once you had finished, he'd say, and it seems like some of the reason why I disappeared has gone out the window. You have definitely managed to be within the spotlight. He knows of you now, which is not good. That is what I was trying to avoid.
We live in Barovia, but he was going to find out I existed sooner or later.
Perhaps. Or maybe not. And we will not know. Well, I guess I have to let you know why and everything that I can. Since you're now in this fight, whether I would like it or not. I don't know if you figured this out about me or if your friends ever told you, but I'm one of the Beowulf. When I lived here with you and your mother, it wasn't so much something that I needed to hide. I was able to, I guess, get away with it on nights of when it was more difficult. And, leave the city, go out into the woods, come back the next morning. But as time went on, I feared that Strahd would find out that I had the family. I had managed to keep your existence, I guess, well hidden enough. But then your mother, and he kind of trails off and looks into the distance. Your mother got tired of watching the state of things, how it never changed. She came from the outside, and where she was from originally, they too shunned the sun, but the option of being able to see it and being free of this place, she yearned for it more than anyone I had ever met before. I think it is part of what drew me to her. She would tell me that it was not right that my kin served him. It was not natural for lycans to be so indebted to vampires. But it was not a bond so easily broken. Our loyalties had been sworn since before our birth to the previous sovereign, Strutt's father, King Barov. Your mother, she tried to look for ways to get out. She, some years before you were born, had started speaking to this individual. I never learned his name. He too was from the outside world, possessed power. She made some sort of deal with him. I think that her association with him is what led to her getting killed. But and he's just kind of like, he stops for a minute to kind of like let you process all this because it's already.
Yeah, because she's already connecting the dots to like her mom and Elena's lord.
Clarence had warned me that after her, my inaction, my association to her would bring down his wrath. So to protect you, so that they would not know that you existed, I died. And for a time I watched from a distance. But as the time went on, I realized something must be done. So I began to try to gather others within this place that would stand against him. About a year or two ago, this wizard came and sought to challenge the devil. I helped him muster his forces. His apprentice, Ricky, I marched alongside them to the castle. But before I made it, I was waylaid. I attempted to hold off Ever's forces so that the people would not get attacked. I was captured in the process. I only learned later that their assault on Ravenloft was a failure, and that the wizard, I believe his name was Kazan, he battled the devil only to lose and fall a great height to his death. I only recently learned that Ricky still lives, and he has an apprentice of his own now. But once your friends freed me and I learned that you had previously been traveling with them, I thought it best to return home should you decide to come back.
She'll nod, sort of trying to piece things together.
It would seem in my time away that another of my kin has decided to fight back. I believe you spoke to Carligo.
I did. briefly. He was here for a while. My accent changed there. That was weird. My accent changed there. That was weird. He referred to you as his friend.
More than friends. Those of us within the Beowulf are brothers. By blood. What others would call a curse, we believe to be a gift. And it unites us, much like the blood ties of the vampire. But perhaps not to the same degree.
But why did you need to hide me to this degree?
Your mother, even after she was pregnant with you, she wanted to fight desperately. And I was able to stop her by telling her, think our child is yet to be born. But once you were born, she thought you could simply be hidden while we go and fight. Perhaps it was out of some of it loyalty to her, and also because I did not wish to see you die. Strahd is cruel. Had he found out about you, he surely would have tortured you. Perhaps even turned you. Or killed you slowly in front of me to show me the error of my ways. And then I would have lived. The other Beowulf have never betrayed him before, but I know with how cruel he is, he would have forced me in some capacity to stay alive, remembering that. If what Eber did to me was even a fraction of what I would have experienced, I am sure that I made the right choice. So I do regret what I've put you through.
As odd as it feels to say. As odd as it feels to say, I forgive you. It's not your fault. Not entirely, anyway. But you can breathe easy about my death. It has already happened.
You died.
I feel like she would have told him that in the rundown.
She would have.
Oh, yeah.
But
okay, all right. I just wanted to make sure. I didn't know if you just immediately hit him with that or not.
oh no. It definitely would have come up.
Okay, I rescind that. He does not say that. He just kind of. And that is what I was most trying to avoid. But it seems that it was. Or not.
Believe it or not, it was a vampire that saved me. He didn't turn me, he brought me back.
That friend of yours, son of Schrödinger?
Inigo, yes. I will admit I was surprised he didn't turn me. But I'm grateful he didn't.
He is only a half, is he not?
No. Upon killing his father, he has crossed that boundary. He's not a full vampire yet, but he is closer.
I did not think that I would ever be grateful to a vampire.
I didn't either.
Well, because you would have told him in the rundown.
Yeah.
If you have come here with this weapon, you have this some sort to reunite with your former friends, I think is the best. I can go find Caligo, speak to Ricky and Esmeralda, see who we can gather, collect forces again. And this time, with your friends, perhaps we can succeed where Kazan failed.
Perhaps. Perhaps we could even bring back Kazan.
You would have to find his body. Surely it has gone to the mists. He fell from... When did he fall from again? I always get that bit confused. I gotta look at the map.
He fell from a height.
Here.
A great
No,
height.
He fell specifically. I would have told you guys too when the story got explained to you. He
It's at that one waterfall in the mountain
it's the
range.
Sure Falls. That's where. Which, even though it doesn't even remotely look like it, that waterfall is like a ridiculous 1,000-foot fucking drop or some shit like that. It's something absurd. But he would just say his body surely resides at the bottom of the Sur Pool, and if not, the Ivus River would have taken him beyond into the other domains.
But did
The
he...
dead can travel just as freely as the Vishnani.
But did he ever call himself by a different name? Maybe Eddie or Morty?
Not that I remember.
Shit.
He had the tower on Lake Baratok.
It is out of character. I know it's the same guy. Would that be enough for Samaya or Dorje to put together? Yep, that's him.
Well, you met Morty.
Met Morty, saw the tower.
Meeting Morty. When you talked to Ricky and Ricky told you to go to the tower, he told you about how he used to have a master, and I think he would have told you his name is Kazan, and that all that stuff had happened.
And then the way to open that secret chamber, we got the key to that from Morty, or from Morty's butler.
Which secret chamber? Oh, you're talking about in the tower?
Yeah.
Did he give you a key?
Yeah, he gave us the riddle.
He gave us a password.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that should be enough for her to
Yeah, you know what? Just
Yeah.
make me like it won't be a high DC. Just make me like a intelligence check.
Ooh, I'm great at those. Lord help, please. Not too bad.
Yeah, you're definitely able to put the pieces together.
She smiles. I think that won't be a problem. Not a big one, at least. That reminds me, you guys can hear this whole conversation.
Yeah, like as like the conversation like between you and him like starts to kind of wind down. The rest of you, since most of you are like fairly also passive, good passive perceptions, maybe you wouldn't have noticed it so much, Dorje, just because, or sorry, Samaya at this point, you wouldn't have noticed it as much because you were more engrossed in what your father was telling you. But the rest of you outside, you would have seen him like occasionally looking over at you, like, okay, like I see you there, all right.
Ziva just over there, like, thumbs up, like, you good? You good? Okay, great. Do you want us to go, or?
he wouldn't give any particular face when he looked at the rest of you, just because like he wouldn't want to like give it away to her that like the conversation was being listened to. But yeah, and then he'd look at you and he'd just say, well, looks like your friends came looking for you. You want to see what they want? Unless they want to speak to me, I don't know. And then he kind of like looks out the window towards the three of you.
He was just like two-fingered wave. I don't know what to do at this point.
Well, it probably wasn't a great idea to run at this time, as some people are super trusting of you at the moment. I mean, this is kind of on me. I did tell you in a not great way news that is shocking, but yeah, this is on me. So sorry for that. But he just looks at Elena. I don't know what she's gonna do.
Yeah, I didn't say anything. Hold on, let me look. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. So it looks like you're within eyesight. You haven't attempted to flee again. She also still has Hunter's mark on you since just before you left. I would say that Elena is currently just kind of squint-eyed looking at Samaya and watching you very closely to see if you attempt to give them the slip at all or not. And otherwise is not saying anything because I don't know what Bean would have her saying at this moment.
Yeah, Samaya's just gonna give like a small wave. I'm good. I think I'll stay here for now.
Okay, that's good.
I'm gonna try one more time as Ziva to insight. If I don't roll above like, if I do roll above Samaya's passive deception, can I give away like a little bit of lore later on?
What? What do you mean?
So, a slight, like, possible meta dilemma, which is why I want to double check. I want Ziva to insight Samaya, because in character, I have no idea who this person is, and I like to know what the hell's going on. Like she had incited the other characters previously.
Okay. Yeah, alright.
Great. Nope.
Yeah, hard to read. I would say that Maya, Quinn would have like his hand on your shoulder, and he would look towards the others. Well, if that's all, unless you have more pressing matters to talk to my daughter about, to be so kind as to give us some time to catch up more properly. If you need her, she'll be here with me. And he'll just kind of like, almost kind of like looking down at you saying this, like, I don't think she'll be departing anytime soon. Or, well, at the very least, I won't let her leave just quite yet.
Samaya does not resist. If anything, she stays closer to her father.
I'm fine with that. Elena?
Cool. Sounds good.
Elena will... Sure.
Great. Sorry to have interrupted. We'll be going. Just serve. Take Elena by the arm and start walking away.
Yeah, I'll walk back with him to the Abbey.
Give me a moment here. I gotta check something on Beam Sheet.
It's a beam.
Is the
Beam Sheet. What are Ziva and Apollo's passive perceptions?
17.
15 and what was the other one?
17.
17. Okay. Alright. You both head off back in the direction of the Abbey.
She's no longer in my grip, is she?
How, what?
Elena, is she still with us?
It's actually a mannequin now.
You get about... Wait. In your grip, you grabbed her?
Yeah, because I said I take Elena by the arm and start walking away.
Oh.
I feel like Elena would.
She wouldn't have let you grab her, but she would have went and started walking with you.
Alright.
But I will say that, like, as you start heading up the Switchback Trail and you turn around to look for her, she's gone.
This troop loves to disappear on each other, don't they?
look at the tracks behind us. It doesn't look like she was following us for a while, has it?
She followed you for just long enough for you to stop paying attention to if she was following, and then she was gone.
Oh, so like 10 feet. Okay.
I mean, if
Maybe more like 100 to 200.
Even before you try to grab her arm, she was already gone.
Yeah. Before you tried to grab her arm, that was just a shadow clone. Man, those rangers, they sure are tricky. Also, yeah, tracks. You're looking for tracks from a high level.
Just to immediately see, like her footprints, which I imagine she actually can't leave footprints anymore.
Well, I would say, if anything, if you made a perception, yeah, because I think that's like the only thing that she can't choose to do. Unless we said if she passes without a trace, the flowers aren't there.
Oh no,
Yeah.
she can't be tracked.
Oh yeah,
because
so the
ranger
flowers. Yeah. Okay, so the flowers don't matter anymore. Yeah, you wouldn't see any tracks, and you definitely wouldn't see any flowers.
And that's well,
She's not going to kill
Goddamn.
that girl, is she?
she might. You want to keep an eye out for her? I'll go let
Sure. Yeah.
and Kai know.
I'll go again. Oh, Apollo. During Donson's watch, he didn't happen to see anyone shift through my things, did he?
No, didn't mention anything.
Right.
Whether it didn't happen on his watch or he didn't see it. But I mean, did something happen?
I don't know. Call it an odd feeling.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'm head back to the Abbey. I'll ask him more about it, but I think I'll just get the same. Like, yeah, nothing happened. Didn't see anything.
Sounds good. Now for another awkward interaction. She'll head back down.
Yeah, instead of continuing up the path, I'll take off and come back to get to go see Neo.
Jog down, just knock on their door again. Or this time.
Sorry, I'm trying to get rid of my hiccups.
You're good.
Okay. So I'll say, God damn it. The others would leave. You'd have a moment with your father, and he would just kind of like take his hand off your shoulder and go, sorry about that. I didn't like the look on that one's face.
Elena?
It seemed like it was best for me to say that you weren't going to go anywhere.
She...
I would prefer if you stayed, but if you really want to leave, I won't stop you. God damn it.
I should probably stay to begin with. As much as I want to get things over and done with, that might actually land me in more hot water than anything else. At least for now. Also, I haven't been home in a long time, so if you're okay with me staying for a while.
It's as much your home as it is mine. You're more than welcome to stay. I was about to make something to eat.
Sure, I can eat. I'll get it this time. And I won't go through the whole RP thing, but I will have Ziva try one more time to insight.
Jesus.
Just once. Ooh. She looks like as though she realizes something, brushes it off, gives the warning, and then leaves.
Elena might be coming back to kill you. Okay, bye.
Just, be wary of the elf. We can't find her anymore, and, well, you know her better than I do. Let us know if you need anything. Bye. It's so stupid.
Apollo, just after Ziva, splits off to go find, to go inform Samaya that Elena might be trying to kill her. You fly off towards the Abbey. And are you just like casually flying back, or are you like trying to get back quickly?
Dashing, but I'm not taking my time either. I'm not sprinting, but I'm not. Like, I'm moving with purpose, but not in a rush.
Okay. I'm dashing, not dashing. Yeah, I'm power jogging.
I'm moving my full movement, but I'm not dashing. How's that?
You
That's not moving your full movement, it's not walking.
right.
You're jogging.
Okay. So eventually, you make it back, and you land in the courtyard. And as you do, Kai would come running out. Hey, welcome back. Long time no see. So listen, while you were gone, some stuff might have happened. And don't get mad and turn into the scary you, okay? Yeah.
What the hell happened?
I wouldn't worry about it. You know what? The abbot can tell you more about it. Yeah, I'll let him talk to you. Yeah, I think that's a much better idea. He was actually the one that saw everything. Not me. No. I got all the information sent to me. Yeah. And you can't shoot the messenger. That's what they always say.
No, it's don't shoot the messenger. It's not a rule. You can't. It's just.
Oh no. It's just like if a guard is in disguise and you ask him if he's a guard, he has to tell you legally that he's a guard.
That's not a thing.
That it's totally a thing. Yep, all the time in Waterdeep. I can promise.
I am a cleric of order. That is not a thing.
Well, you're from some backwards fucking mist place that's ruled by a vampire, so I bet you don't even know what real laws are.
He got you there.
He just walks back in.
Oh my god.
I'll
I mean, you can
jog
you make
in,
logic.
see where the abbot is, and if Neo's there, because it sounds like Neo's fucked off.
So you come in, and Clarence just kind of looks over. Oh, Apollo, Donson, whichever one you are right now. Come here.
What happened?
Well, it would seem that shortly after Samaya left in a hurry to go find her dearly departed, recently reunited father, resurrected, whatever the word is, it doesn't matter.
He was never dead to begin with.
As far as I was concerned, I buried him. But anyway, I had some business to take care of upstairs with Barry Wimple, and your dear friend here was tasked by the funny Fey one with looking over the new acquisitions. And it would seem that your tall, dark, and handsome friend absconded with them.
Neo left?
From what I was told. No. You were the one that saw that he was gone. I didn't notice that he was gone. You told me. No, not at all. That's not what happened. He's just trying to avoid responsibility.
You're worse than Kai.
I'm.
No, that was Kai and the.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to. Because I can't have all of Tom's characters sound like, oh, gee, it's me. I'm fucking Sarah, and I'm a fucking. Because that wasn't the voice that he did for Kai anyway. Kai was supposed to be more upbeat. So, but yeah, Claire's. Yeah, no, it wasn't me. No, I, as I said, was upstairs taking care of something important with Barry Wimple. It's not right, Barry Wimple. Yes, that's exactly right. Actually, as a matter of fact, I need you back up here. Right. I'll leave the investigation to you.
Upcast, locate creature, Neodon.
Alright, the girl's been warned. What's going on? Where is the shit?
Neo left.
What?
Yeah, a little bit later to see if
So you took the skull and the sword.
It would seem that both of those objects are gone, yes. And you cast your spell. You don't get anything.
Okay, so either he is outside 1,000 feet, or he has some way of hiding himself.
He's going back to the. He's going back to the same
If
place
he
I
has
met
the
you
skill,
lot at.
probably going back to Arkansas, so yes.
Do we want to go track him down, or let's go? They can handle them. Can they? Okay. Shit.
You shouldn't go there alone, but also, like, we have a siege that we have to resolve.
Yeah, and Elena might be trying to kill Dorje.
And Elena might be trying to kill Samaya. I don't.
Alright, come. No shit.
Actually, no, that's not. It's not Apollo right now. He's concentrating on the spell.
Yep.
That's his internal monologue. It's just like
This is shit.
It's like, okay, so
well,
we could just bring her with us,
She could lie in it. Let's probably go after Neodon.
right? If we want to keep her alive, though, we could also bring her along. Or bring one of. Yeah, we have to bring either her or.
I mean, we're not finding Elena, unless
True.
she wants us to. So if she wants to come along, she will. If we bring Samaya,
No, I'll get her.
I'll start making my way
Downtown.
Towards Arkansas.
This poor Quinn. Back up to the door. Pack up your things. We're going to Argenvost. I think.
Alrighty. So, Ziva, you head back down. You let Samaya know we're going to Argenvost. I'll say, why not? Quinn was just reunited with you, so he's going to come along. So, Papa and Toe, you, Ziva, Samaya, Quinn, you start to head out, and Apollo, he can just fly high enough where he doesn't really have to worry about anything. But y'all have to sneak past the vampires.
We go through
So,
his space.
how y'all doing that? You coming back around over this way to cut towards the forest?
Yeah. I mean, it would be safer this way.
All right. So,
But
you do
I
that.
think Quinn probably knows the best ways to sneak out of her.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Yeah, he'd actually he wouldn't take you that way. He would lead you over here to this copse of trees, and you would see a hollowed out stump uh, that when you just sort of look at it, you go, "Huh, that's like unnaturally dark," and you watch as he just kind of climbs down into it, and you hear the unmistakable creaking of wood, and then you follow him and realize that it's a wooden ladder, and it goes down into sort of like almost like a mine shaft esque tunnel that stretches out over in this direction. And you feel yourself walk for probably about a good about 500, about 550 feet until eventually at the other end there is another ladder going up, and you would come out into um, a much larger and older pine tree that like the center of the trunk has been like hollowed out a bit, and he just kind of like pushes his hand on the bark, and it kind of swings out like a door.
This is gorgeous.
It was made a fair bit ago, number of years, for the youths to sneak in and out. But yeah, it would end up probably putting you like somewhere over here in the hoods so that you can kind of like loop around.
Yeah, right. Easy do it.
And I would say that like once he starts like leading you through the woods and eventually further down from like Solon's camp, and you duck across the road and get over to the other side, and you start heading towards the river, the Raven River. Oh, look at that, the Raven River. Then you eventually come around. Kind of delays you a little bit in terms of not being able to sort of immediately catch up and head the way that you want to, but you do eventually start making your way
Downtown.
towards Arden's Fault. And every so often, when like you break the tree line and look up towards the sky, depending on how high or low Apollo is flying, you may or may not be occasionally catching glimpses of him ahead of you.
Alright.
But I think we had said how long does it take you guys to get from Kresk? Because Apollo's just doing the straight shot, so that's
For Apollo, it would take a
4.5
little
I'm
over an
kind of
hour.
like doing like a small zigzag, trying to get a hang of Neo as I head that direction.
Are you still concentrating on your spell?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, you start heading in that direction, you're not catching anything. You think that he had enough of a lead on you that he's probably out of range, and if he, yeah, yeah. Um,
What's with the arrows here?
what arrows? Oh, did they not go away?
Your arrow's probably stuck on the screen for him.
Did it fix itself just now?
It's fine.
Mm.
Alright. But yeah, I'm just trying to figure out because when y'all had previously walked there,
It took us roughly
oh,
2.5, 2.5, 3 hours. That would have been
yeah,
about
like
2
it's like
hours.
an hour for every 2 miles or something like that.
It's an hour
Is
for
what I
every
believe
3
you had
miles.
previously said. Or is it an hour for every 3 miles? It's an hour for every 3 miles. Okay, so, yeah, so if you had followed the usual path, it would have only taken you 2 hours because you guys kind of went like this way. Let's see. This. Yeah, a fair bit longer. So I'd say it would take. It
About
would take
2.5.
Silva, Samaya, and Quinn. Are y'all? I don't think that's the force march speed. The force march speed is faster. We fucking find a thing for this. This is what Mishmash just knows these fucking mathematical stuff. How long does Oh, there's a little travel calculator. That's amazing. Okay, 7 miles. 2 hours and 55 minutes.
It's 3 hours. It's 3 miles at a normal pace. Three miles an hour at a normal pace.
Okay, so at normal pace, it would take you 2 hours and 55 minutes. If y'all are going fast, 2 hours and 12 minutes. Okay, 2 hours and 12 minutes, and then you're flying, and you're going fast. So that's 4.5. So let's just do, let's call it, let's see if we can actually calculate 4.5. It would take you an hour and 25, and then Neo had an hour on you, so I think he'd still get
That's if he's going there.
if he's going there. If he's going there. He left an hour before you. So
I don't know if we got foxes or coyotes outside, but we got one of them.
Okay. Okay. So, Apollo, because you're the one going faster than the other group. You you would be about, and then you said you're zigzagging a little bit. You're zigzagging.
First there was, and then yeah, and then I'll make.
Okay.
If I still can't, if I still don't detect them, I'll make a beeline for Arkansas.
Yeah. All right. So about 15 to 20 minutes before you would reach Ardenvost, you would watch as from the taller tower, the tallest tower of the hold itself, there would be a blinding flash, and then a beam of light would cut forth up into the sky, sort of just like dissipating the clouds in a radius around it. And the beacon of light would remain as you continue forward.
Probably where he is. I can see the sky beyond the clouds.
You can. It's not a very large radius, but you can. It's like, I'd say, a 20-foot radius around that beam. The clouds have been cleared to the sky above.
And it's daytime right now, right? So like there's sunlight coming down.
Yes. Yeah. I would say so. And it would you would watch as like the the light of the sun would just kind of like shine down, seemingly upon just Argynvost itself. And after a little while, probably about like 5 minutes out from landing at the front door, the clouds would close over again. The sun would no longer be shining through that because there's no gap, but the beacon of light would remain, and it just kind of punches up into the clouds.
There's a bit of a sad feeling from Johnson not being able to feel the true sun before it disappeared again.
Yeah, it would have been a very nice feeling. You would have almost felt, yeah, like Donson's power would have waxed within the sunlight, and then like slowly began to like wane back to where it was before as it dissipates. But you reach the location, and I think at that point, companions would still be like a good 40 minutes or so. No, I think it's more than that.
We would have been a
taking
good
maybe-
hour behind.
Yeah, you're like an hour or so. Yeah, you're a bit behind. Would you land on the roof, or would you land in front of our
Do I see Neo on the roof anywhere?
No, you wouldn't.
I probably go to the door then.
As you approach, make a perception check. Okay. All right. Yeah, you don't see him. But yes, you land in front of the door. The doors would be wide open. And from within this place,
Do I sense oh, it's been more than an hour. Never mind.
yeah, there would be like light coming from the main entryway.
Go towards the source of the light.
All right, so as you walk into the entryway, all the torch sconces would be lit. The place would still be in that sort of like would look derelict and be in need of repair. You know, there's still like a hole in the roof and certain areas where things have crumbled, but it's lit up within, and you're able to see the large tapestry on the wall where the staircase goes up and splits to the left and right. Of that very handsome man in full plate armor. But where you heading?
Yeah. Just head up the stairs looking for signs of Neo.
Okay. Head upstairs, and eventually you would make it to the room where the throne was, where Vladimir Horngard was sitting previously. You would just see now the throne empty. However, empty might not necessarily be the right word. There's no one sitting on the throne. You would see something glint in the torchlight because this whole place is like lit up now. Something would glint in the torchlight from the seat of the throne, and you would see on the floor in front of the throne a blade uh, just broken. The hilt off to one side and sort of like almost like snapped in the middle blade over to the right.
I'm sorry, I don't understand what you just said. So there's a broken sword on the ground?
Essentially.
Oh, no.
That's what you described.
Yeah. No, sorry. I'm saying no to something else. Yes. When you walk into the throne room, because the second floor is also lit as well, you catch a glint of something sitting on the throne itself, something metallic, you assume, or something that's able to cause that shine, that gleam. And yeah, and on the floor in front of the throne, partially slightly over to the left, appears to be platinum hilt, and to the right, a blade that has been broken in half.
Does the hilt look like the one that Samaya brought back with her?
It does.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll approach that. Is there anyone else in the room with me, or is it just me and the hilt and the broken blade?
There is no one else in the room with you, but as you get closer, you see on the seat of the throne, there is the holy symbol of Revengeance.
Which I've definitely seen Neo have.
Yes,
And it's just sitting there?
it's just sitting there.
I guess I'll pick it up, kind of look around. Uh, Neo?
As you speak within this empty place and hear the slight echo of your voice off the stone walls, beyond the occasional crackling of the flames within the torch sconces, and the occasional drip from the hole in the ceiling, from some collected moisture on the exposed wooden beams. You hear nothing. There's no response.
Guess I'll cast Locate Creature again.
Alright. You would cast the spell again, and you would, let's see, yeah, just on the edge, you would catch something heading south, and then just as you picked it up, you would lose it.
Ooh, I detected Neo straight south from me, moving south. He's over 1,000 feet away. Well, he was 1,000 feet, then he's over 1,000 feet.
Go,
I'll
just go.
quickly
We'll catch up. Go.
write a note, drop it at the front steps. I'll grab the hilt and the blade, and the symbol. I'll put that. I'll put the note saying, "Since Neo heading south, moving that way." I'll put that at the front step, and then I'll chase after
the front step of like Arganville's Vault itself, or like in front of the throne on the second floor?
In front of Argon.
Okay. All right. Okay. You head after him. Give me a minute. I wanna double check something. Gotta wait for an answer on this one before I say anything. Okay.
Oh no, that's a nervous laugh.
All right. You would head south, and eventually, likely around how many thousands of feet are in a mile?
5.
It's 5. Yeah, so probably somewhere around like here, one of these two hexes. Um, you would eventually spot the form of Neo, um, just sort of picking his way south, with like a saddlebag over one shoulder, and a couple of other things tied to his belt, and some stuff in a bundle under his arm. Just, maintaining that direction. But you'd see him from above and a little ways back.
Push myself even harder to catch up.
Okay. And I guess eventually you would, because technically with you flying, I think you are faster than him now.
Well, he has to go over terrain. We have the same speed, I believe. If he has the 30.
Oh yeah. So he's dashing. But yeah, he does have to do the terrain. In fact, you don't have anything with him that like negates terrain, right? I forgot what kind of barb you were, how many levels you had in it, because what is it? Isn't it?
Barbarian would get an extra 10 feet at level 5. Ooh, little green bird.
Yeah, if you're elk, right? It gives you 10 or whatever. Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure.
He's not totem.
Right. Yeah, I'd say you'd then definitely be able to catch up to him. What do you do?
How
be a guy that does. I don't have for small percentages here. Yeah, yeah. I'd say.
Actually, you know what? Never mind. I'll just drop concentration. I won't take it. I'll just take it through here. As I approach him.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, like once you saw him and like you got within range, yeah, you definitely like you knew that was him. You didn't really need it up anymore. It's not a fake. That you could tell. Yeah, sorry, you approach.
I guess I'll land slightly behind him. Neo?
Dude, no.
Okay, then I'll keep walking after him, but try like keep pace with him. And yeah, just, you dropped your holy symbol. Um, you returned the skull. Where are you going? Looks so. Continue walking. So, hey, straight south here is the swamp of Baba Lasagna. Lasagna. um, that was me.
No, but she started it.
Did I?
Don't want to go through there by yourself, unless you do. But why? Why are you just going? Sort of just looking for the still down. And that was to return the skull. I, you're 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 still trapped here. Um, and yeah, things aren't exactly uh functioning great with the group. Things are a bit chaotic right now, but uh, I think we have a decent chance at freeing the people here and getting people home. Why not you? So you're giving up?
what are you gonna do now? Walk off into the woods? Wait for us to, in your mind, inevitably die and just live out the rest of your life here? That's kind of cowardly of you. I thought you were braver than that. Guess we're wrong. Well, I don't think I, I, I don't think I have the words that could possibly convince you to not do what you're doing. But um, I'd like it if you didn't. It would definitely be easier if you helped. Uh, but if you're if, if you're if you're set on leaving, um, I guess I'm not going to stop you. But if you change your mind, um, I'll definitely appreciate it. Appreciate the help, and uh, good luck with your lonely existence that you seem content on having. I just gotta stop following him, stand still, and just kind of watch him walk away a bit. I just gotta call out, you might want to go around the swamp instead of straight through it.
His waves. Not turning back.
And I guess I'll start heading back to Argenvost.
In the direction of Alazaga's domain, turn around and fly back towards Ardenwood. By the time you get back there, say that the others would have just arrived. You'd see Smile, Quinn, and Ziva, and then kind of coalescing out of the woods behind them, Elena.
He's not here, is he?
Neo's he's done.
What do you mean, done?
He's done what he set out to do, and now he's going to, I guess, retire to the woods on the mountain.
Shit. Should apologize when I had the chance. So what now?
Well, guess we kind of came out here for nothing. Head back to Kresk and get ready for our assault on the general without him. I want more of him. I can't say I'm not disappointed. But it's his choice.
Which direction
If
did he
wants
take?
to,
Which direction did he take?
south, he's heading towards the swamp. I told him to go around, but just kind of waved and kept walking.
Because he was gonna jog in that direction.
See, but
Well, I owe him at least a goodbye. I'll meet up with you all at Kresk.
I'll look at Quinn and Samaya. We probably should follow, just in case they get have attract her attention. Might need help.
Okay.
A lot of us that head down towards Circle Lane will attract attention. I will need to consign your friend. I will need to consign your friend to an ill-earned fate, but she seems like she can outrun any problems.
Okay. Yeah. I'll trust your judgment, sir. Back to Crest we go.
You can wait for her here if you want to. At least if you think that she's in danger, we can get there quicker.
Yeah. Let's give her a bit and then head back.
I'll look up towards the beam. So that beacon lit. It's an awful day. Maybe now it can be an omen of hope instead of death.
I got to see the true sun. I didn't think that was possible here.
What is it like?
This place is the last bastion of good in this valley before it fell to Charlotte's eternal rule. To this day, I still regret raising my sword against the Order.
Make it up to them by avenging them.
to use some, if you would permit me a few moments in my response.
Of course.
David.
Yep. Yeah, I said of course.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, did my mic cut out? Oof.
It did not. Hear that.
Oh dear. Sorry about that.
Things, Ziba, you jog off to the south, trying to find me. Vex, how close would you come to Bubba Zaga's domain before you attempted to give it a birth of any sorts? Okay. So say Ziba, you start heading south. Make me a survival.
Lord have mercy, please. Shit. And I was a nat 20 on the other side. Oh my god.
No, that's so bad. You go for a while, and you go not as far out as you think that you would have made it at this point. You start looking around for like any form of tracks or anything like that. Can't find anything. You don't see him ahead of you. You're not sure if he changed direction or maybe had a bit more of a lead than you thought he did. You know that if you keep going south, you're going to be getting into some real dangerous territory.
She'll give it a bit of a berth and uh at least try a bit further.
Okay. You stand on the slopes, going further south, sort of following that like little curve that begins to sort of overlook the lower portion of the valley through which the Luna River flows, and you would spot through some low hanging mist what seems to be a long since abandoned and flooded village that may be at one point or another was roughly about the same size as the village of Dorje.
Hmm.
It should look make a perception. What this bubble is in, I think is not on that player. You look around and you don't spot Neo anywhere, but you do see something moving down below in the ruins of that town. Watch as I believe you had previously seen this or not? You
I wasn't there with Elena and Quinn when they were running through this area. It's a house on chicken legs.
Oh,
Ooh,
obviously, that frickin'
got
big,
stilettos.
but you would see it moving, big, big, freaky hut just creeping through the mist.
Hmm. She is curious, but she also wants to, at the very least, say goodbye to Neo before she has to go find him again. So she will push onward. Keep that in the back of her memory. Actually, has she heard like stories about Babala Zaga at all, or the House in the Mist?
In your time in Brogan, probably not. You haven't been
Hmm.
here long.
You have not
True.
been here long.
The extent of what you know is Apollo warns Neo to go around the swamp.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, that's probably about the same. You would have just know that the swamp was dangerous.
So yeah, she'll
Uh,
birth the swamp and then, or trace the swamp and then go that way. I realized what I said when I said it.
alright. You trace around. I'd say eventually you get out past it. You think, yeah, I'd say like an elevation line above you's worth of height along the slope. You would spot a large hooded hulking form walking along. The hulking might not necessarily turn around to hear, but you'd see a familiar looking
She won't call out just in case the house has yes perception, but she will catch up to him.
you're walking along. You've gotten a fair bit further south. You've come around Baba Lazaga's sort of domain there, and perhaps probably you'd be around like here-ish, and probably getting ready to like come around and across so you can head this way. Or maybe not. Maybe you want to head this way and then follow the pass. Um, but you would hear some shifting of earth behind you because it was the ability for the climb up first. And then you'd hear someone sort of jog up behind you. And yeah, and what does Ziva say? What does Ziva do?
Is this what it takes to say goodbye, mate? Maybe a little bit more than goodbye. I owe you an apology. Someone should have known when you'd first gone missing, and we didn't. And I'm sorry that I failed. How long had you been here before the others showed up? reality. Well, I won't keep you for much longer. You'll be on your way. Do you know where you plan on going from here? Fair enough. Take care. No. Deal with whatever shit show is out here. And she'll give him a quick bow and head back.
Okay. I'll say that you wait for a bit longer than you thought you would have had to, but eventually Ziva does turn on. And you sort of gather yourselves in front of Argenvost Holt, start heading back towards Crest.
And just kind of walking back in silence. Unless someone else says something.
Yeah, I don't know what Elena would have done or said. She's not here.
Yeah.
I got a good bean for it. Oh, his fault. Oh, his fault.
Yeah, keep getting away with it.
If only Elena was here, Mia never would have left. No.
He probably left because of
Oh no.
That that's rude.
During
Yeah,
the hike back, it's just this is a weird troop. Apollo, do you have a sword with you?
I'll take out the hilt and the broken blade. I don't know if these go together or not. Uh, they're in the same area.
Oh, hello,
Oh,
Vex.
Vex.
Oh, I thought that was you, like actually.
Yeah.
I thought it was you, like that was
okay,
my
bye.
goodbye, I'm done. Later.
Like, I'm out of here. Watch me step away from the table now.
No.
You also left me this, the amulet he had that can make sunlight and vampires don't like.
Hmm.
Glad you did.
But I don't know.
We'll figure it out. It's what we have to do. Uh-huh.
Why did I write? What?
What did you do?
I have an item where she Vecna's gangster's amulet.
What is
So
that?
Yeah.
Where did I get that? What is that?
Maybe we were at a tower in the Selenka Pass, or the temple. The gangster Vecna amulet, Fucking nutter.
It's all fun and games until fucking someone pulls out the Vecna gangster amulet.
Yeah. Or the Vecna gangster gat. It only shoots finger of death with a DC 30. But it's twin stuff. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. Definitely can't use both of them. I only have 3 attunement slots and 2 are used.
We'll figure it out when we get back to the abbot, I guess.
Yeah.
It's been a heavy day. Shit, it really has been a heavy day.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wish I could have convinced him, but I think he's past that. I think he's made up his mind for a while.
I think you're right. But who knows? Minds can change.
Yeah.
As can hearts. Looking at Elena and Samaya.
All right. You spend the long journey heading back in the direction of Crest. And about the time you cross the bridge here over the Raven River to follow the old Salt Road back towards Crest itself, you begin to see at this point later on in the evening, because it's been a long day. Um, I would say it's not super late evening, but it's starting to get dark. And what at first you seem to, at least those of you from the outside world, mistake as the orange glow of the setting sun, you soon realize is the orange glow of what could only be a large conflagration to the west coming from your destination.
What the bloody hell?
But no.
Samaya's gonna shift into a falcon and fly ahead.
That spell slot. It's 7th level. But I have spell slot.
Ziva's gonna pass you the bag of holding. Just just think about the saltpeter and you'll get a little bag of it. Go. We'll
Yep.
catch up.
And then take off.
But you left the saltpeter with the abbot already.
I think we did.
Oh, we did? Okay. Shit. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Okay. Well, no. We'll run and we'll catch up with you guys.
Okay. So Sumaya and Apollo are flying. Ziva and Quinn are running. All right.
Nylena, no one
A bit
knows.
longer than an hour to get there, so a bit shorter than an hour to get there. So I can't tune on the move.
1.8. You're moving fast now. It'll take you about 30 minutes
Yeah.
to get there.
Yep.
Not tuning to anything.
Well, unless you attuned along the
mean,
way. If you attuned
Yeah,
along the
could've
way.
tuned along the way.
I mean,
Please attune along the way, dude.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, retroactively, yes, that would be nice, but I feel like I wouldn't have been doing that.
Fair.
Okay.
Like, Paula's still like, these are Neos. Maybe the sword. I might have started attuning to the sword. I'm not sure. But definitely not the amulet.
Hmm.
Even I wasn't tuning to the sword. Odd I was. Okay. Not tuning to the sword.
Alright.
Okay. The next 30 minutes are frantic. Sumaya and Apollo, you would arrive and see first. Hold on. Oh, nope, that's Easter Hill. God damn it.
We haven't been here in a while.
Come on. You know where I want to go. There we go. Crease. Okay. Come here, you goofy people. And Kai would still be there.
Why is fucking dead?
Okay, so like you, no, you and you can both go pretty fast, but I think the flyers would be faster because
No
absence of
resistance.
terrain.
Well, Smile is definitely faster than me. Because
Yeah.
Falcon can fly at 60, I can fly at 30.
Right.
Elena can just ignore terrain.
Oh yeah, bro.
Ziva can't ignore terrain, but is still pretty fast. Yeah, I'm probably. I think Elena's keeping pace with Dorje with this Maya, and I'm definitely falling behind.
How fast is the dwarf? 40 in wolf form? Sure, he'll go wolf form. So yeah, so the cat and the dog are running side by side.
Cats and dogs living together.
In harmony.
Um, but you would say Samaya first, especially since you know you're flying up from a height. Um, Let me get my little thing here. Let me get my fun thing. That always. Yeah, there we go. Oh, stop it. Like that. And get bigger. And go like that. And a little bigger. Alright. So, both portions of the forest here are on fire. There's a large pillar of smoke wafting up from like this portion over here of the camp, and you'd see that a fair bit of sort of fortifications that have been set up have been destroyed. But you would also see that up to some of the other fortifications now, there has been pushed siege weaponry that, because you weren't particularly looking for it, you were trying to avoid these guys, you didn't notice on your way out. And you would see like some of the vampires would like form like a line and rush forward towards the gate.
Is there a crater?
There's your crater, yeah.
For fuck's sakes!
You would see from up high over here, there would be like a glint and then a flash as a pillar of radiant light would boom, strike down and just evaporate on you. But the camp, you're also noticing too, despite the explosion and everything, there are a lot more vampires in the camp than there were before, and they are scrambling.
But the city itself is undamaged.
The city itself is actually that's not entirely true. Some of the walls,
Okay.
some of the walls would be damaged. You would hold on, let me. Not a trebuchet. You would watch as some ballista bolts would be launched towards the walls, and they would strike like towards the middle or high on the wall, but not make it over it yet because there's a bit of an elevation. And you would watch as they would get adjusted, and then there's no trebuchet, but a catapult would launch a hefty boulder, and that one would actually go over the wall and slam into the house over here, immediately over on that side of the wall. But yeah, it's popping off.
Okay.
So what are y'all doing as you're coming in?
I'm gonna head straight for the siege weaponry.
Is the general anywhere in sight?
Okay, so you have good perception as bird, right? Go ahead and make me bird perception.
Alright. Let me remind myself what that is. Come on. Perception.
Hawks have a +4 to the perception.
Yeah, hawks do. What do falcons
And they have
have?
advantage.
Ooh,
I don't see falcons in the bestiary.
I do.
Yeah, I don't know if a falcon stop hawk. Usually just use the hawk.
Yeah,
They're
falcon and
essentially
hawk
the
are
same
basically
thing.
the same thing. Okay, advantage with what is your whiz? +2. All right. No, it's the same as mine. Okay. I will just roll that. It's advantage. 21. That's not with Ziva, that's with Samaya's sheet.
Alright. Give me a second. Yeah. You would say. Damn it, I keep losing the. There we go. You would see over towards this portion of the camp where the explosion went off, sort of like in the midst of a bunch of the vampires. Zalant would be directing his men. And actually, give me a moment
Is he injured?
here. You're gonna see. Get the thing for this real quick. Where are they? Hold on. Letter M. Letter M. I'm trying to find this one specific thing. I'm having difficulty finding it.
You're good.
Okay. Yeah. So you would see. So you would see from with your birdception, from that massive crater, as like the smoke is finally beginning to like dissipate a little bit, blow away in the wind. There is just a crap ton of mongrel folk armed with all sorts of impromptu weapons rushing out of this hole in the ground, charging Zalon's front line.
Oh no.
Among them, you would see adorned in what seems to be plate armor, periwinkle.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What was the abbot thinking?
I'm killing this man.
Holy shit!
They're
Again!
trying their best. They're trying their best. But yeah, hold on. Let me. I have a map for this. Oh my god.
So Zaland
Just
wasn't
one-
injured by the blast. The blast was just an epic entrance for the mongrel folk.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
One moment. If it'll actually let me move your thing to it. This is frustrating. There we go. But yeah, so here's your big hole. I don't get
You didn't
smoke
even dig
with
it in far enough.
Oh my god.
And the microphone are rushing.
Get the entire saltpeter doors.
Yeah, you really.
Yeah.
I was getting impatient. I thought I'd just do it now.
Um, not exactly. But we'll get to that. So I'll say for the purposes of this, if y'all are going in, let's.
Nah, let's fail. Fucking over.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Are we?
Y'all.
I put myself down.
Oh, okay.
Where would I be?
Technically, this is the like down over here. This like line, the right hand side of the map you're going up would be like sort of where the path is that divides the two halves of the camp.
Alright.
So y'all would be coming in from this way. But what I'm going to say here is, let's get you guys in. We'll roll initiative, and then we'll call it there because I don't want to start this without Elena here. Also, I don't want to start it with like an hour left.
True. Oof.
Only have a spell slot left.
We'll figure it out.
This is gonna be rough.
We will deal.
At least
Why
I'm
am
at
I
full
tiny?
health.
Why am I tiny? Shit. Thank you.
And we don't have Neo.
I should have dragged him back by the ear.
You actually? Oh yeah, you're at that health, aren't you?
I should have dragged him back by the ear.
I don't think you'd be winning that.
I don't know. Stun
No.
him, then drag him, stun him, then drag him again.
You could only do that
So
20 times, and he has a good con.
Kai will also be here for this, because that's what they would have been
Frantically
doing
playing
over
the loop.
there. Yeah. Trying to snake trip. Is Elena really at that health? Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all.
Yeah, we wanted to rest before this.
See, the problem was
We.
they brought back the
Yeah.
stuff. They started making. They made the checks for making were good enough for it to not explode the abbey, and then they brought it down into the tunnel. But the mongrel folk detonated it too soon. That's why the explosion was before where his tent was. After that happened, the abbot just said "fuck it" and sent everybody through. So this is where we currently are. Fucking ball.
Yep.
We're in some pretty
Let
deep shit.
me roll initiative for Elena. Why is that the GM? Okay. She's in, and then you know what? I'll roll the others in before we start next time. But yeah, So this is what y'all are speeding towards. Or actually, no, I could put Quinn in for right now. Let me put Quinn in.
We're gonna get a Deus Ex Neodon. Yeah.
What you think?
Deus Ex Neo. Nah.
Yeah, I'm God.
He rides in on Argon Bus.
He rides in on the hold itself, not the dragon.
Oh, yeah, Argon Bus. Yeah.
Alright.
I thought his name was Argon Bus.
No. Hold is the hold. Yeah, that's just Argon
He
Bus.
rides
It's
in on
Argon
Argon
Bus.
Bus. Yep.
I just realized something. I'm in control of the recording. I completely forgot.
Oh, you forgot to end it?
That's
Yeah.
folks.
Thank you so much for watching.